Welcome to another Worth the Queue episode. We are now along Upper Bukit Timah Road at this place called Beauty World Center. There are many news articles that say this place has closed down, but somehow this place is still around and the food center here is still in operation. So join me as I come here to this shopping center to go to the roof of this shopping center where there is a food center here, Beauty World Food Center, to find out whether the queues at this food center, whether it's worth the queue, whether it's worth you joining the queue, worth you paying your money, whether it's worth you waiting in line for your food. Because this food center here, there are lots of stores, even though it's a small food center, and queues like this one here. Also this one, there's also a queue for here. Also here, what about this place here? So if you want to know whether the queues at this food center is worth you queuing up, there's only one way to do it. You need to watch this video. So let's get started. We are going up the escalator to the roof, and this is a very nice roof with greenery and shops and a food center. So we're gonna head in here, and just right at the corner here is our first stall. The name of the stall is called Top 1 Homemade Noodle. So here what they sell is ban mian or homemade noodles, or different types of noodles like even mee sua, bee hoon, together with different types of soup and ingredients. So this store here does have quite a queue, and from this store, first thing I ordered was their tom yum ban mian or homemade noodles, and this is the dish. It cost me $4.50 and an extra 50 cents for the egg. And if you look at it, you can see a very nice, hot, delicious soup base. Supposedly tom yum soup base with lots of ingredients inside. First of all, you have the nice chewy noodles which cook very nicely, and then you also have, besides the noodles which you can see here, nice and chewy noodles, you have also pork balls, some ikan bilis or deep fried shallots, deep fried anchovies. Then you have some vegetables, some mushroom, a bit of minced meat at the end, and in between there, egg. So all this bathed in a tom yum soup base. This is what we are going to have to deal with now. So first of all, when you drink the soup, you taste that the base of the soup is more like a tomato soup base, almost minestrone like. It is sour and spicy and slightly starchy, but with a nice delicious burn to it. Here, the spiciness of the noodles here, they do it very well. I really like the way they do the spiciness here. Then you also have nice chewy noodles, and then you also have a good pork balls. When you bite into it, nice bite into it. Only thing I have an issue with is their minced meat, which they give very little. But another feature of the store is that this store's queue is quite long. If you come here during the peak timing, you can wait more than half an hour or more for your noodles. But it is some really good, worth the queue noodles. Here again, I ordered their dry version of their ban mian or homemade noodles. Here, one thing is really nice is they put lots and lots of dark soya sauce at the bottom there, and also the spicy sauce. And the spicy sauce here is very addictive. It tingles your lips and it's very nice and spicy. So if you do come here, when you're ordering dishes here, I advise you to order their spicy version, because somehow even though the noodles here are spicy, but it's a nice kind of spicy, a delicious kind of spicy. And even though there is a queue, try to come earlier. If not, you may have to queue up for the food here. And even though the food queue is quite long sometimes, but it's still worth the queue, and quite delicious, quite nice, and something that if there's a queue, it's worth it for you to queue up to eat the noodles. And now we're heading to the next stall, which is just slightly a few stalls down from our ban mian shop, our spicy noodle shop. And there are also a lot of other shops here without queues that you can come and try too. But the one we're going to is also another store which has a queue, but this queue here clears very fast. And the name of the store is called Veggie Cooked Food. And here, what they do is they sell mixed rice. So you have rice and you have different types of dishes. You choose what you want to eat together with your rice. So the price will depend on what you choose to eat together with your rice. This place of mixed rice cost me only $3, and that is a very, very cheap price. For actually I ordered 4 items here. A meat, which is this one here, which is sweet and sour pork. And then you also have minced meat with mushroom, my left. I also ordered some omelette or egg, and then on top there is some green leafy vegetables. So for 4 items, $3 is a very cheap item, a very cheap price. And this store here, I think it's also quite an old store. Lots of loyal customers do come back here to eat the food here. And the queue, even though it does look long, but the queue actually clears fast, because all they need to do is just need to find out what you're ordering and put the items on the plate and serve it to you. So very cheap, very fast. Even though the queue is long, there's no issue of how fast they can clear the queue. So if you're here, you want some rice, you can come here to eat the rice, because here the rice is cheap. Taste wise, quite ordinary, quite average. Your taste profile will be very similar to what you get in your normal mixed rice food store. So, but your normal mixed rice food store will not serve you this dish so cheap. $3 only. So the next store is just around the corner, and if you keep walking here, you can already see the queue. And this store here is actually another old school store at this food sector. So customers of this store has been probably eating the food at this store since they were younger, and they've been coming back here often to eat at this store. So because of that, a lot of them have a lot of familiar feeling for this food item. And the name of the store is called Hong Kong Soya Sauce Chicken Noodle and Rice. And they sell soya sauce chicken with noodles or rice. And you can see at the window there, the soya sauce chicken. Like I said, a popular store. The queue is quite long, and they actually take quite a while to actually serve the dish. What we're eating here now is their soya sauce chicken noodle, which cost me $3.30, which is a very cheap price for a soya sauce noodle chicken dish. Very cheap. Then the noodles here, they do it nicely. The noodle texture is good, just that it's a bit dry. Then the chicken is tender. I'm not saying it's not tender. The chicken meat is tender, just that the only part that is seasoned well is the skin. The skin has a very nice, very delicious, very well seasoned, very well flavored dark soya sauce flavored skin, which is delicious. But only the skin is flavored nicely, well seasoned. It doesn't penetrate through all the way to the chicken. Then the sauce they put on top of the chicken goes well with the skin and adds moistness to the chicken. But by itself, it's a bit bland and not enough of it on the noodles. So overall, even though this store, the price is quite cheap, but the queue here is also quite long. So if you do come here, Even during breakfast time, people are already queuing up for the noodles here, and they are busy all the way through to the end of lunchtime. So the queue here is significant, and given a choice, I wouldn't actually queue up to eat these noodles. The noodles is good, just that the chicken didn't live up to my expectation of a soya sauce chicken that I would line up for. And for our next store, we will walk all the way to the end of the row for this store here that sells fried kway teow. This store doesn't look like there's a queue, but there is one. The name of the store is called Fenji Sushi Char Kway Teow, and here they sell fried kway teow. So what happens is, the lady there will take your order, ask for your table number, and then when your dish is ready, they will deliver the dish to you. So I ordered from them their fried kway teow, which cost me $4. First thing I must say is, when you actually smell the fried kway teow, get a very nice warm smell coming from the plate. And so what we have in this dish is, first of all, is a noodle dish that is cooked with a dark sweet soya sauce. And inside this noodle, they use two types of noodles, yellow noodle and kway teow noodles, together with, as you can see here, Chinese sausage, bean sprouts. They also have some cockles in here. Then have some vegetables, some egg, and also some fish cake, all fried nicely in a big hot wok to infuse all the flavors into the noodles. Doesn't this look so appetizingly delicious? Yummy, yummy goodness. So first thing is, it smells great, delicious, and when you taste it, it's the sweet version of the Singaporean fried kway teow. So that means that they use a sweet dark soya sauce to infuse the flavors into the noodles. So the flavor here is savory, sweet, eggy, a nice delicious noodle taste, and of course a nice sweet dark soya sauce taste too. Then when you eat the noodles, there's a nice contrasting texture, first of all with the nice soft kway teow noodles, contrasting with the slightly chewier yellow noodles. Then you also have the bean sprouts, which is still crunchy, and then all together flavored well nicely into this dish here. Then when you eat the kway teow noodles actually absorb more of the sweet dark soya sauce flavor and compared to the yellow noodles. So there's also, besides having textural difference, there's also difference in intensity of the taste of the noodles. So overall, a very good, a very delicious fried kway teow noodles. Even though the queue doesn't look long because your queue mates are all sitting all around you, but it's worth the wait to eat these noodles. Not the best in the world, not the best in Singapore, but still a very good plate of noodles, worth waiting for it. And so I hope you enjoyed the food adventure here today. In this food center, there are some stores that has queues, but there are also other stores that don't have queues, but the food is also just as good. Another interesting place here is this place here that sells traditional Chinese cakes and cookies. So like I was saying earlier, there are also other stores here that sells lots of delicious good food, but they don't have a queue. And to find out what good food you can eat here, I actually came here previously and made videos here, food adventures here, so you can actually refer back to my old videos for that. To mention, Previously, there was actually a nice store here called Ham Bao Bao that actually served burgers. Unfortunately, that store closed down. Hopefully they will open up again at another location, then we can go there and try. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my food adventure here at this food center, our Worth the Queue adventure. You know what to do. If you have not done so, please help me by liking my video, sharing my video, and also subscribing to my channel. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you have to do is to join me for my next adventure, my next food adventure, or my next Worth the Queue adventure, or whatever adventure I'm having, and enjoy that too. I will see you around. Bye bye.